Yeah, it's definitely helped a lot. Each one of us are growing as players, you know what I mean? It's always good to have competition because iron sharpens iron. So I've embraced it, and I feel like everybody in the room has embraced it, and we're going to have a deep rotation, so that's always good. That's how you win SEC football games.
The last time we talked to you, you said you felt like you could handle the transition to the SEC pretty well, and now you've kind of had a chance to see what that's like. Has there been any adjustments that surprised you, or is it going for you?
It's been an adjustment for sure, just learning the defense. It's a new scheme for me, but I'm excited to be in it, you know what I mean, because Coach Wilkes has done a great job teaching us and getting us ready to go. So it's been tough, but I've embraced it, so yeah.
Blaze, you were obviously played at Rice before this. Now you're under 2 weeks for your first SEC football game. Is there any sense of excitement going onto a bigger stage now here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited. You know, I'm most excited for the home field advantage, you know, and packing it out here at Mizzou. I do have a little experience. I played at LSU, sold out over 100,000. So for the away games, you know, I've had a little taste of it, and I'm pretty prepared for that. But what I'm most excited for is seeing our fans come here, pack it out, and really show us some support.
What does it mean to you to wear number 25, and take us through how you kind of found out about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it means everything to me. As a grad transfer, I recognize that my time here is pretty limited, but, you know, I definitely didn't want to just be an in-and-out guy. I wanted to come in and really embrace Mizzou as a family, you know, and hopefully have a chance to leave a little bit of an impact. And, you know, when they came to me, and it was actually Coach T, Atia, you know, came to me and he talked to him. He was on the team, and he talked to me about it, and he said that he thought I would be a great candidate, you know, after talking to me a little bit. You know, and at first I wasn't sure because it is a lot of pressure. But, you know, talking with the coaches about, you know, how I just want to really embrace the tradition and see how everybody else has really embraced me, you know, I'm just going to accept the honor and do my best to be worthy of it on the field and in the community. Yeah, so they did a whole presentation to the team, you know, gave us his whole story, what happened on the field with the workout, and, you know, how it led to things being passed first in Missouri for testing for sickle cell, you know, and then obviously the huge impact it's had getting passed for the whole NCAA, you know, and it's great to see that the larger, you know, impact and benefit that it's had. That was the presentation to the team. I also talked to Coach Atia and some other guys that were on the team, and they gave me more backstory. I talked to Jaylani about the award at his high school, you know, and what that means to him. So I feel like I've, you know, gotten a pretty good background on it, and I definitely feel the weight of what the number means. And that just is adding even more to my experience here, and, you know, and how bad I want to succeed and help the team.
With not just wanting to be an in-and-out guy, with that in mind, what was your mindset coming in here? What did you feel you needed to do to not just be a guy who comes in and plays the season and leaves?
Well, with a new head coach, I think a big impact that you can have is just, you know, in the locker room and getting the young guys going. And that was the biggest thing to me. I didn't want to come in with a selfish mindset of, you know, just trying to get my plays and get out. I wanted to come in and I wanted to help young guys and, you know, pass on whatever knowledge that I had at the linebacker position to them. And more than that, I just wanted to be a positive impact on the whole locker room. You know, at Rice, we obviously had our challenges, if any of you have done the research on the records, but you know, I think having that background has really, you know, honed my mental toughness, and just in terms of just being constantly positive and trying to uplift guys. And that was something that I wanted to bring here. You know, I've never had harsh words for anybody, and I've just always wanted to be somebody that teammates know that they could come to if they needed anything, or, you know, even if you just need somebody to lean on in the run. You know, I just want to be that pillar for guys here.
What has been sort of the thing you most look to take like the next step toward coming back for another year?
one of those things I really emphasize is just focusing on this play mentality. Don't worry about later in the series or what's gonna happen, what happened the series before. Just focusing on what the next play, this play mentality.
Anything else for this group?
Akial, if you may, Coach Wilkes was talking about how he was really proud of the effort of the defense, in particular, how they were able to handle practice today in the heat. Can you just explain maybe how difficult it is to be able to keep the focus, and how you guys go about doing that in such extreme weather?
For a D lineman, I know you have to have a strong mental state. Just being in the trenches is a tough grind. So just being in the heat, I mean, it's nothing too serious. We worked out in it, we trained in it, so it's nothing different. If guys really are focused and taking care of their bodies, they're hydrating, eating right, getting the appropriate amount of food before practice, and the night before, getting rest. That's the most important thing. So if guys are doing that, then just come to work every day. That's our mentality.
Did you have conversations with Chris sort of about coming back for another year, or did you sort of make your own individual?
Chris Turner?
Yeah.
I spoke with him a couple times on and off just to see where his mindset was. And I mean, that's my brother. So it was pretty set in stone in my head, so I asked around like Kobe Whiteside and Chris, I asked them just to see, if it's just going to be me coming back or so. So, finding out that they were coming back, so, it pretty set stone with me.
Akayleb and Blaze, this is a question for both of you guys, but was there a moment over the summer where you kind of had a moment that confirmed the decision that this would be the right place for you?
Yeah, I'll go first for that. I felt confident in my decision from the jump, but when I got here, the thing that really set it in my mind, I would say, was how the strength and conditioning staff handled things over the summer. I came in, they kind of got a feel for me, my speed, my strength, things of that nature, and then just see them make a workout plan that was like really specific to me to help me take my game to the next level. That type of stuff is what I think separates the SEC. And you always hear Coach Wilkes talk about how we'll separate ourselves with attention to details, and that's not just what we're doing on defense, that's what we're doing in strength and conditioning, that's what we're doing when we eat, and just seeing the attention to details and every little aspect, from Liz, our nutritionist, since I've been here, I've just felt like, I've constantly had people helping me and looking to help elevate me. And that's really what's, solidified in my mind, that this was the right decision. I'm not just coming here to play another year. I came here and I'm going to become a better player, and these people are going to help me do it.
Yeah, and I would say it wasn't one particular moment, but like Blaze talked about, just the attention to detail and the strength staff, just tailoring what we need individually to improve ourselves. It was amazing, you know what I mean? Like, it's the SEC. And I'm like, wow, like the resources and stuff, it was a wake-up call for me, you know what I mean? So just everything collectively that I was taking in, I was like, okay, this is definitely the next step that I needed to take. So I felt like I made a great decision in coming here.
Blaze, you mentioned a little earlier about passing on what you've learned in some of your past thoughts to some of your teammates. Just who are some of the guys you find yourself talking with a lot of them, or asking you about what you've done in the past and who you've been helping out?
Yeah, well, I think the great thing is that our whole defense doesn't really have any egos, so I've been blown away by how I've been embraced by every position group, and the conversations, they've been a lot more back and forth, because I'm still trying to learn from people too, but I've had conversations with everybody from young linebackers like Zach Lovett and Day-Day, about things like how to learn the playbook and kind of like the beginner level stuff like that. And then we get into these more advanced talks with like Martez, about how we can handle things in coverage. So everybody, kind of like Akayleb talked about how we're just always competing, making each other better. I'd like to think that on a daily basis, you know, there's little interactions where we're building each other up and giving each other little pieces of knowledge.
Thanks, guys. Be right back with the next.